Good morning, everyone. This is the mentor Hamper Kliman. I want to welcome you back to my YouTube channel. And if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing, hitting the like button, and don't forget to share to your friends. And of course, if you would want to join our personal tuitions at SC Academy, just ensure you inbox me on this particular WhatsApp number +26077 66 40 46. Okay, so you inbox me on that WhatsApp number and I'll be able to respond to you, and I'll be able to register you for lessons. It's only 100 kwacha. So we have a very interesting question here where they're saying we find the exact value of each of the following trigonometric functions. Okay, how do you find the exact value of these trig functions? Well, they're very simple, except you just have to know a few things. So we start solution. Now, we have been given to find cosine 2 pi over 3. So already the degrees this time around are in radians. So the first thing that you are going to do, you are going to get your cosine 2 pi over 3. You are going to convert this into degrees. So already we know that to convert 2 pi over 3 into degrees, you multiply by 180 over pi. The two are going to cancel. 3 into 180 is going to be 60. And then we're going to have a 2 multiplied by 60. That is going to give us a 120. Now, you have 120 degrees. So this is the same as cosine 120 degrees. Now, you need to ask yourself, exactly in which quadrant is 120 falling? So, you draw your mapping, your quadrants. So already you know that this is going to be your first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and then this is the fourth quadrant. Now notice that in the first quadrant, everything is positive. Second quadrant, only sine and this relative angle cosecant are positive. Here it's tan and also cotangent. These are positive. Here it's cosine and secant. These guys are positive. Okay? Then I want you to notice something here. I want you to notice something. You also discover that this is going to be your 0. This is going to be your 90. This is going to be your 180, 270, then 360. This is a circle. Okay, complete rotation. That's a complete rotation. You ask yourself this question. In the first quadrant, it's 180 minus theta. The second quadrant, it's 180 plus theta. The third quadrant, it's going to be 360. So the fourth quadrant is 360 minus theta. So now, you discover that your 120 is falling between 90 and 180, right? Okay, 90 and 180. So you are using the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, it's 180 minus theta. What is your theta? Our theta is 120. So we're going to say 180 minus 120, we're going to get 60. This implies that for them to have theta of 120, they were subtracting 60 degrees from 180. You need to take note of that, please. Now, you're going to find cosine of 60. From there, you can use the 30, 60, 90 triangle. What does it state? This is going to be your 30 degrees. This is going to be your 90 degrees. This is going to be your 60 degrees. This is root of 3. This is going to be your 2. This is going to be your 1. Now you find cosine of 60. You know that cosine is simply adjacent over hypotenuse, right? So cosine 60 is equal to, what is the adjacent? The adjacent this time around is simply, if we are taking this angle here, 60, right? The adjacent is simply 1. The hypotenuse is simply 2. Okay? So it's 1 over 2, right? Now, we ask ourselves, in which quadrant was it falling? It was falling in the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, only sine is positive and cosecant, the rest are negative. Henceforth, this is going to be minus 1 over 2. That's how you find the first question. It's that simple. We go to the second. The second is tan, okay, this is tan 2 theta, tan 2 theta over 3. We'll do the same thing, guys. We are going to convert it into degrees, so we're going to say 2 pi over 3 multiplied by 180 over pi. We cancel out that, we cancel out that. This is going to cancel, we're going to have a 6, and this is going to be this is going to be like 60. Then we're going to have a 2 multiplied by 60, and our theta angle is going to equal to 120. So this is just the same as tan 120 degrees. Then we ask ourselves, where exactly is 120 falling? Okay, so you're going to go, 120 is falling in the second quadrant. So in the second quadrant, we know that in the second quadrant, it's 180 minus theta. So this is going to be 180 minus 120, right? And our new theta this time around is going to be 60. So this is just the same as tan 60 degrees. Now tan is equal to opposite over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent, right? So now we ask ourselves, from the same triangle, because we are using 60 degrees as our angle, meaning we are using the same triangle, 30, 60, 90 triangle. So this is 90 degrees, this is 30 degrees, this is going to be 60 degrees. This is root of 3, this is going to be a 2 and a 1. So what is the opposite? In this case, if we're using this angle 60, our opposite is root of 3. So tan 60 is equal to root of 3 is the opposite. And then which one is the adjacent? Adjacent is simply 1. So tan of 60 is going to equal to root of 3. In which quadrant exactly? In which quadrant exactly was this theta falling in? Theta was falling in the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, which was between 180 and 90. In the second quadrant, only sine is positive. Henceforth, tan is going to be negative this time around. Okay, that is the exact value of this particular question. We go to C. Okay, so I'm going to leave C as your work, your attempt. Let me solve D for cosecant. D, they are saying cosecant to 7 pi over 3, right? So we do the same thing, we convert to degrees. So 7 pi over 3 multiplied by 180 over pi. We cancel out those, then this into that is 60. And then you are going to have 7 multiplied by 60. And then you're going to have your 420. Your theta is 420. So this is cosecant. This is going to be cosecant 420, right? Now, this 420 theta, where exactly is it falling? You discover that 420 is surpassing 360 degrees, so it falls in the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, it is 360 minus theta, but this time around, you're going to say 420 minus 360. Okay, 420 minus 360. And then you're going to get 60 degrees. Okay, so this is the same as cosecant. This is the same as cosecant 60 degrees. Please make sure you know how to use the quadrants. So this is going to be cosecant 60 this time around. Now cosecant is just the same as 1 over cosine 60, right? Then cosine 60, cosine is simply adjacent over hypotenuse, so we are simply using the same 60, 30, 90 triangle. What is cosine 60? Cosine 60, the adjacent is 1, the hypotenuse is simply 2, like that. So for cosine 60, you are simply finding minus 1 over 2. So even here, you're going to do the same. It will be 1 over minus 1 over 2, which is just the same as 1 over 1 multiplied by 2 over 1. This and this will cancel. This into negative 2. The answer is going to be negative 2. That is how you solve these particular questions. If you find this video interesting, don't forget to share to others and don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I bet after understanding my lesson, you are able to do this particular question. Send it on my WhatsApp number and I'll be able to mark you. Thank you so much.